Trump is changing the dependent age from 18 to 7. So I just need to know in August, are we sending them back to school or are we sending them to work? Because if the dependent age is now 7, you trying to say they dependent. If I'm not mistaken, back in the day, they used to work at that age, right? So is he trying to tell us that they need to go back to work? Because I don't think Trump know that these kids ain't regular kids. These kids will flip out if they ain't got they tablets. Now, is we putting them in IT? Is we teaching them kids how to code? They might like that. We're going to have to figure out them some jobs because they ain't going to do regular jobs. They barely listen to them teachers. Like, these employers is about to catch hell. They going to be babysitters. And don't put me at the same company as my kids. I don't want to work with them. I already got to be with them at home. Like, y'all done already took them out of school, so now y'all want them to work, and then don't put them as the same company as me. Like, this ain't gonna work. Like, and how much is you paying these kids? Because if you my 7-year-old he needs to get paid well. He can't work for pennies, so that ain't gonna work either. Then you can't even disrespect that kids. Because now they got to leave their job to go to this job. They're going to probably, oh my Lord, Trump ain't thinking this out. He ain't thinking this out clearly. And then the big families is definitely going to get the most, like, to hit the most. Like them single parents, they got like 8, 9, 10 kids. They going to feel it the most. Trump is changing.
So this is what happens when y'all jump to headlines that are like made by these liberal Congress people and all this stuff. And mind you, I don't identify as Democrat or Republican, but I just like to point out stupidity on both sides sometimes. But yeah, let's go ahead and dig into this one. So she's saying Trump is changing the dependent age from 18 to 7. So there's a new bill coming out, and I think like this is one of the things that is introduced into it, but it's not what they're making it seem, right? And her saying this, there's a lot of people that are, going and doing their own research and just running along with it. Someone said America is a joke. Someone said sounds like a ploy to change the age of consent. The next president is going to spend the first year of his presidency undoing everything Trump did. More things about age of consent. They're implementing Project 2025. So instead of, going and do their own research and reading the bill, if they really wanted to understand it, everybody just running along with the headline, right? So I decided to, look it up, and maybe I'm still wrong. Maybe Yahoo is wrong. I don't know. I don't really be on Yahoo site. It was the first article when I typed in dependent changing from 18 to 7, right? But assuming this is an unbiased source, let's just see what it has. So it says, in a popular online video, a Democratic congresswoman, among others, claimed U.S. House Republicans' One Big Beautiful Bill Act lowers the age of a dependent from 18 to 7. The budget does lower the age of a dependent from 18 to 7, but only in the context of the SNAP program, not across the board. So only when it comes to your food stamps is it changing something, right? The bill will significantly reduce the number of households with children who benefit from SNAP, according to experts. The bill had yet to be voted on in the U.S. Senate as of writing this. When was this written? This was written on Friday. Okay, it's a few days from now. So it probably still hasn't been voted on yet. So it's not even, it was a bill made by the Republicans, I guess, and Trump is endorsing it, but it's not affecting the age of dependent across the board. Don't worry, you're still going to get your checks every year. When you get your taxes back, you're still going to get your money for your kids. Don't worry about that. It's only affecting the SNAP program, which is, it could be a big thing too, right? But let's actually understand what it is going to affect in that. In late May 2025, after the Republicans in the House of Reps voted to pass a new budget bill, rumors abound that the bill sought to lower the age of dependent from 18 to 7. This old lady, I guess she was one of the first ones, and you can tell, like, this, does she look like she gonna read through the whole bill and try to understand what's actually going on, or did she only see 18 to 7? Oh my God. Of course, this post got 1 million views and 15,000 likes. She's trying to amend the bill. Let me see what she actually said. My amendment would actually strike harsh provision in this bill rooted in cruelty, not policy. Simple, straightforward amendment would strike the work requirement provision. Is a big, bad, ugly bill that lowers the age of what we call a dependent child from 18 to 7. Yeah. Many people took it to mean this allegedly changes affected the definition of dependent as is generally understood, which is to say that children under the age of 18 whom adults support financially. This definition often varies. For example, like these are all the things that it says to be a qualifying child: relationship, age, residency, support, joint return. As we will see, however, the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill did change the age of dependence from under 18 to 7. It was solely in the context of the SNAP assistance program, not across the board. Still, such a change would affect a large number of households who depend on this program for access to food. What the new law would do. So under the current SNAP laws, both general work requirements and work requirements for able-bodied adults without dependents, all adults who are able to work between age 18 and 59 are required to work in order to receive food assistance, with some exceptions. One such exception exempts adults responsible for the care of children under 6 years old from general work. I'm trying to see what the new law actually does. With the new bill, in a family of 4 with 2 adults and 2 children aged 7 or above, the family will receive enough food assistance to purchase nutritionally diet for only their first 3 months on the program. Super said after that, the allowance would be cut to 45% unless at least one of the adults could document enough hours of work. So basically, you can still, even if your children are over 7, you can still get the benefits, right? If y'all want to go through all that, just literally type 18 to 7 on YouTube, right? I mean, not on YouTube, on Google. You'll see the whole article so you can actually get the full understanding. But from what I'm reading, it says that basically you gotta have a job. You gotta have a job. They don't want people out here that's not really trying. Unless you got kids under 7, then you can not have a job and still get food stamps, right? So they're just trying to cut down on costs, cut down on spending. And at the end of the day, these programs weren't meant to be like forever things. Any type of welfare, they were supposed to be, okay, you get on it, you get your shit together, then you get off it. You weren't supposed to be, taking advantage of everybody else's tax dollars for 18 years for each one of your kids' lives. Like, that just wasn't what it was supposed to be used for. So to me, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. It forces you to either, you're gonna have to get your shit together. You're gonna have to get your shit together, or maybe stop having children out of wedlock, stop having children in bad financial situations. Those are all things that could definitely help us out, But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think about this video. Let me know what you think about what she said and what I went through in the actual bill. A lot of times we hear the headline and we just jump on that, but you got to be able to look deeper, read a little more. Some people still might say that, if I got a child over 7 and I don't have a job, me not being able to get, well, it says you can get it for the first 3 months, but then it'll be cut 45%. So, even then you still don't have to work and you still getting assistance amongst other types of welfare that you're probably on, whether it's Section 8 or, any other type of welfare you're taking advantage of, like, that's still going to be available. So it's like, it's not like the biggest thing in the world. You don't worry, your kids aren't going to have to go to work, but you should have a business or something that you got going on that, you could bring your kids along in and to start teaching them how to run a business and, do things and become a productive adult instead of just sitting them in front of an iPad every day. But, You can't tell nobody else how to parent, so I'm gonna leave it right there, man. As always, love y'all. I'm out.